Everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the curriculum development, unit number 9, the comparative perspective of curriculum development. In this chapter, in this unit, we can learn about different countries' curriculum and we can review with the Pakistan perspective. So let's start with the introduction. Educational planner and administrators as well as students of education in every nation need to know about education, its organization and management in the countries other than their own. It is beyond any shadow of doubt that the future of not only a nation but the civilization depend on the purpose, kind and quality of education provided to its member as well as on the development that will affect the education and will affected by education for succeeding generation all over the world. Had different nation adopt different method to meet the educational challenges of today. The study of educational system and the curriculum development in other countries provide an important key to understanding and interpretation of major national and international issues, trends and problems. It can also bring to light the potential strength and weakness in the educational system of the country under the study. In this unit provide the information on educational system, curriculum development in the countries which represent different stage of curriculum development, different philosophies and different way of dealing with educational issues. Uh, the unit aim at offering insight into form of upbringing, schooling, enlightening in a country other than ours. A comparative study of curriculum in all the major important as a curriculum is at the very heart of educational endeavor and diverse careful attention. In the subsequent section, the educational system and curricula of the following countries have been reviewed. Number one, USA, UK, Canada, Russia, Japan, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, People Republic of China, Malaysia, Pakistan. Having studied the process of curriculum development in the above mentioned countries, you are expected to draw interference and compare and contrast different features of this activity with reference to Pakistan and other countries. Let us now proceed further to study the practice of curriculum development in these countries one by one. The main objective of this unit is you should able to describe the process of curriculum development in the selected country of the world. Number two, identify the differences as well as similarities in the system of curriculum of the sample countries. Number three, discuss the approaches to the curriculum development adopted in the sample countries. Number four, compare and contrast the process of curriculum development in Pakistan with some other countries. Recommended suitability of various ideas and processes of curriculum development for adaptation in our own situation. Number one is the curriculum development in the United States of America. First of all, let's go to the introduction. Introduction. Rich. This is America is rich in land, population, natural resources, highly developed technologically. The people of USA. enjoy high standard of living and lead the nation of the world south. The indigenous population consists of Indian migrants of Britain, Germany, Scandinavia, southern, eastern Europe, and Central and South America. Beside the descendants of slaves imported from the Africa during colonial and the post-colonial years, the combination of geographical and the demographical characteristic result in a great diversity from one section of the country to the other section. The system and the structure of the education are also quite diverse in different part of the country. Number two is a educational system. Each state of the USA provide a system of a free public school uh, covering kindergarten plus 12 year. Though law vary among the states, schooling is compulsory from the age of 6 or 7 to 16 year. There are several structure pattern in use depending on the location. Kindergarten plus elementary grade 1 to 8 followed by 4 year high schooling, and kindergarten plus 6th grade of elementary school followed by 3 year of junior high schooling and 3 year of senior high schooling, sometimes combined into the 6 year high schooling or relatively new development of kindergarten plus 4 or 5 grade for elementary school, and 4 year middle school and 4 year high school. All pattern lead to high school graduation at the age of 17 to 18 year. Historically, the education has been considered a state and the local responsibility by the federal government has been involved at all the levels since 1972. Federal government support the school launch education for Indians, finances education for the rent and rent loans. Federal departments of the education handed by the Secretary of Cabinet rank in responsible for executing the government policy. In the various state, generally Board of Education comprising selected or appointed member from the policy and determine the budget. The State Department of the Education, headed by the Chief Minister, administration officer, is responsible for providing education at all the level. Curriculum development, teacher certification, and the school financing, RETC. Next one is the curriculum development. As a rule, the practical responsibility of running the school in the hands of smaller units such as countries and districts at and 1200 local districts run by daily administration. The strong tradition of local autonomy and the pluralistic nature of society influence curriculum. So there is a no official national curriculum. State Department of Education prescribe curriculum with varying degree of specificity, leaving scope for local and individual variation. Subject specialists, school administration, and teacher are involved in the process of curriculum development based on the research investigation. The major subject are taught at the level of school are English language, mathematics, social studies, science, music, art, physical education. The advance in the technology have resulted in the introduction of new teaching methodologies such as teaching and programmed in instruction, language laboratories, computer aided instruction. The current social concern have made their way into the curriculum, especially at a secondary level. in the form of new subjects such as ethics studies, consumer and environmental education, and drug and alcohol abuse instruction. A policy concerning promotion from one grade to next depend on the state or the district decision. A student at the secondary level is required to repeat a grade after unsatisfactory performance, but promotion at the elementary level is automatic. Acquisition of a high school diploma does not always require of a formal examination, but attendance and satisfactory school record of achievement are considered sufficient for this purpose. In the absence of any national public examination system, the standard of educational vary in different states. The recent there have been move a set state curricula for high school diploma, generally in the form of minimum competency requirement. Next activity is have you discussed with your colleague as how the social concern and advance in the technology have affected curriculum development in USA? Also discuss the applicability of force in the context of Pakistan. Next one is the curriculum development in the United Kingdom. And first is introduction. The United Kingdom is located on the number of islands on the western edge of the European continent shelf. Immigrants from all over the world had important consequence of the educational system prevalent in the UK. Ethnic minorities are concentrated in the central large urban area. Certain large urban areas, especially London, are required from system in this area recognition of their special need, particularly in the respect of language and the cultural differences. Next is education system in the United Kingdom is said to be national system, locally administered. A large part of the day-to-day running in the hundreds of local educational authorities, LEA. Attendance to the school is compulsory for these children 5 to 16 or 18 year, divided into two or three tier. Two-tier system comprise primary school age 5 to 11, except in the Scotland, where transfer is usually at 12 instead of 11. Sometime individual into infants 5 to 7 and junior 7 to 11. School and selective and non-selective secondary education age 11 to 16 or 18. The three-tiered system consists of first school age as small to 8 or 9, and middle school age from 8 to 12 or 9 to 13, and upper school usually non-selective age 12 or 13 to 16 or 18. The two-tier system is most common, and three-tier system is to be found in England, catering for 15% of all people. Children over the age of compulsory schooling education 16 may continue in the same institution, such as sixth form colleague. Sixth form colleague from college, tertiary college, college for the further education, and a technical college. Next one is education from school learner is divided into two category. The non-advanced further education, which consists of the courses provide up to standard for the general certification of education, GCE, and advanced A, and higher education, which consists of the four courses above the level provided in the university, autonomous institution, and by the college administration by LEAS. The next one is the curriculum. Previously, there is a no nationally determined curriculum, but examination board, which control the general certification of educational, exerted something of unifying influence on what was taught in the school. Her Majesty Inspector of the school were responsible to the Secretary of the State of Education, the investigated and reported on all aspects of education, including the curriculum. The government, however, introduced the national curriculum in 1989. The curriculum prescribed a core of three principal subjects: mathematics, science, and languages, and children attainment in this subject is tested at the age of 7, 11, and 14. Other foundation subjects include history, geography, art, music. In addition, the Educational Reform Act 1988 include the provision for the religious education for the all people, and the modern foreign languages is also applicable for the secondary school. The process through a school depend chiefly on the age ratio then attainment. There is a no grade system, and the majority of children move through the system with other children of the same age. Children nevertheless use a variety of way to test the pupil progress. Until 1988, secondary school pupil could attempt examination in the various subjects, leading to the certification in the secondary school CSC and more demanding general certification of educational ordinary level O level. In 1988, these two systems were abolished and replaced by the Journal Certification of Secondary Education GCSE. The examination is organized by the five independent groups in England, and whereas in one Northern Ireland, Scotland was taken as a separate but similar form. The GCE advanced level A level is normally taken by the student into up to 3 or 4 subject 2 year after GCE O level, and the standard from entrance to higher education and the professional training. However, in connection with the newly introduced national curriculum, the government is responsible to introduce a nationwide assessment for the pupil of 7, 11, 14, and 16 year of education. What is the activity? The activity is to discuss your colleague with the silent feature of curriculum introduced in UK in 1998 and 1989. Next one is the curriculum development in China. Introduction. Geographically, China is the second largest country in the world, next only to the Soviet Union. By the population, it is among us the smallest, with its 24 million people of the different color, creed, and languages, with the two prominent languages, English French, trace back to its colonial beginnings. The educational system, there is officially no Canadian educational system, and by law, education is provisional responsible. Thus, the Canada has a 12 educational system. Though these system is different, provinces have much in common, yet each has the unique feature stemming from the tradition and aspiration of the people in each province, and from the difference in economy, geography, and size of population. Educational system in England speaking province have been influenced by the Scottish tradition, while the French are followed in French speaking province of Quebec. One thing however is common in Canada is now two-thirds urban and new, and consistently improving the technology have brought the country close to being able to offer equality in education opportunity in all cities, and there are elementary school, secondary school, special school, private school, community college, and the universities. The beginning age of school is vary across the country. Elementary school is for the children age 5 to 8, 5 or 8 to 11 or 13. With the secondary education, secondary school provide the program from 12 or 14-year old. The elementary school is usually designed to provide a basic learning in reading, writing, computation, science, social studies, music, art. Emphasizes is also being put in on a Canadian studies. Secondary school are a different type, though most of composite school and offer a wide range of academic, business and technical courses. Some vocational, occupational school are also available for non-academically oriented student. This school had directed to the world of work, while graduation from the composite school lead to the employment in the community college or university. Next is a curriculum. There is no uniform curriculum in Canada. Even within the province, there are many differences among the school system. Ministry of Education is responsible for purchasing courses of the study. The ministry declare the subject which are to be the ministry declare subject which are to be compulsory. Usually, education department issue the guideline outline in the courses content, and then it is responsible for supervising officer of the school to see that this guideline and um, interpreted and implemented within the philosophy and the rationale of the approaches outline therein. Uh, School staff are encouraged to take active part in the designing of the course. A new course is usually introduced in one or few school, and then the school board seek the ministerial approval for the province wide application. Discovery method, team teaching and new technology are in the wide use. Lecture method is also used by some teachers. Until 1916, the student had to pass a set of departmental examination for graduate from a secondary school. This system was strongly criticized on the basis that less capable student would cram and pass the exam, and then a teacher would concentrate on the area important for the exam only. In most cases, it is now the principal and the classroom teacher who determine whether or not the student will graduate on the basis of overall school performance and the school test and exam. Activity compare the Canadian composite school with the comprehension school in the Pakistan. Next one is curriculum development in the Russia. Introduction. The system of education in the Russia decade back in 1920. It is since to being continuously developed and improve to keep the pace with the economy and economic and the cultural growth of the country. All the education is controlled by the state and characterized by the equality and continuity between all type of educational institution. Education is universal, free, secular, and conducted in a native language with the freedom of choice of language of learning. Educational system and curriculum, the system of republic education in Russia include preschool institution, kindergarten, and the nursery school. School provide the general education, vocational school, specialized secondary school, higher educational institute. Pre-school institution are the two types. Nursery school enrolling the student from children from 2 month to the 3 year, and kindergarten enrolling children from the 3 to 7 year age. Activity at these institutions include games, study, entertainment, and elementary work, and all aspect of physical, aerial, aesthetic, and academic education. The state kindergarten syllabus specify as to what children have been to learn about the environment. Arithmetic, drawing, modeling, swing, and dancing, reading and writing become a part of syllabus only in 1970s. The language used is the respective religion language, and the main task of the kindergarten is to care the children health physical development. This is ensured by the kindergarten is to care the children health and physical development. This is ensured by the appropriate schedule, plan diet, child care, physical exercises, and medical supervision. The next stage is 8 year of schooling system school. The primary education, which is compulsory for all children in a part of 8 years school duration of primary school education, is education out of 8 is 3 year. All subjects are taught with more emphasis on native language and mathematics. Other subjects include music, art, physical education. The systemic course in the native language, literature, mathematics, history, foreign languages are introduced from the fourth. Biology and geography added from the 5, and the physics in the from 6, and the chemistry from 7. Next stage, after the 8th school year of school in secondary education for the 2 year. For this level, there are secondary school, vocational school, and specialized secondary school. Subject taught in first year of secondary school include literature, history, mathematics, physics, chemistry, foreign language, economy, geography. In from 10th, more subject added such as astronomy, general biology, social science are added. Labor section is considered throughout the whole period of the secondary school. In from 1 to 3, children acquired work skill with cardboard, and other material. These study needlework and grow flower and plants. Lesson from 4 to 8 year are introduced in the woodwork and the metalwork in a domestic science workshop, and in the educational and experimental plots belonging to the school. Attention is also paid to a vocational training in the senior form of secondary school. After from the 8, some people also work in industry and are agriculture, but all of them must receive secondary education for the purpose. Evening secondary school provide the courses of continuum secondary education. Study in this school last for 1 year more than the day secondary school. Vocational school prepares skilled worker for the different sector of the national economy, and the system of continuously revised according to the need of national economy. The courses offer this school are the 3 to 4 year duration. The technical school train the specialists with the middle level qualification in different sector of the economy. The term of study in this schooling of after 8 year of school in 3 to 4 year, and after secondary school 2 to 2.5 year. There are specialized secondary school for those who do not complete the secondary education to give them a sound knowledge and skill. The student, those in those schools study the interrelated circle of the subject, general education, general technical, and special circle. Graduate have a right to enter the higher education institute and in the variety of job in the different sector of economy. The higher education in the university and other institution, pedagogy, economics, polytechnic, agriculture, theater, and other. Higher education is accessible to everyone, irrespective of the age, sex, region, social region, origin, or the status. A specific set of objectives involve a combination of education and the practical work, resulting in acquisition of modern scientific knowledge are chosen. The program include obligatory subject which form the basis of special training and optional subject to enable the student to study special field in depth in order to learn the latest scientific and technical development. Optional subjects are available with the wide range. In a physics along there are more than 100 courses. The main teaching method at this stage is literature, seminar and laboratory work, practical work and course in the laboratory project. Activity lists the major characteristic of Russian educational system. Next one is the curriculum development in the Japan. Japan consists of mainly 4,000 large and small islands covering an area of 3 lakh 78,000 kilometer, out of which 12% can be inhabited. In 1984, total population was 120 million, and those up to 14 year of age form 22% of the population. Educational system of the Japan is the aim are education in Japan, according to the fundamental law of education, is then it shall aim at a full development of the student personality, at a rearing a pupil sound in mind and body, who love truth and justice, esteem individual value, respect labor, have a deep sense of responsibility, and have imbued with an independent spirit as a builder of peaceful state and society. Schooling in Japan emphasizes the development of the basic ability in young people rather than the set a specified vocational skill on the assumption that they shall be prepared to cope the flexibility with the rapid progress in science and technology with the rapid change in the society. The educational system of Japan consists of following four states. Kindergarten and nursery kindergarten is an educational institution under the Ministry of Education for children age 3 to 5 year, while nursery is regarded as a social welfare institution under the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare for children up to 5 year age. Elementary education children of age of 6 year age attend elementary school which compulsory for all at least for 6 year. Secondary education lower secondary school is compulsory for 3 year after compulsory schooling. 3 to 4 year upper secondary education is provided. Admission is given on successfully passing the entrance exam. Higher education after the upper secondary school, the student proceed Delhi University or Tukhai Dukku Junior College after passing the entrance exam. The university courses are the 4 year duration, while the junior college is for the 3 year education. Curriculum: the school curriculum is prescribed by the Ministry of Education, but the school are required to prepare their own detailed institutional instructional program on the basis of their course of study and the guideline provided by the ministry. A course is reviewed approximately after 10 years. The teacher guidebook for each grade in subject are prepared by the curriculum specialist in the ministry with the assistant of teacher followed our detail of curriculum at all level. Kindergarten and nursery, both type of institution provide the same sort of activity to the children based on the principle of teaching through the games. Elementary, all subject is teach in the elementary school include the Japanese language, social study, arithmetics, general science, music, art, handicraft, physical education, moral education, and also compulsory. Some private institute replace the moral education with the religious education, promoting from the one grade to next automatic. The lower secondary school is in addition to the subject taught at this elementary level. Pre-vocational education subject are also taught. A foreign language is one of the elective subject, but almost all school teach English as a foreign language. Next one is the upper secondary level. In upper secondary school, in addition to the educational course, technical and the vocational educational courses such as business education and the industrial education are the taught. At all the level, the school system test of the various type is used to judge whether the student should be promoted to the higher grade. In elementary school, the decision about promoting the pupils is based on the internally administered test. If the student do not attend more than half of the number of the school days, or if their subject matter achievement is unsatisfactory, or if they are have the record of misbehavior, they are required to repeat the grade. What is the activity? Discuss the merits of the kindergarten and nursery and the elementary school education in the Japan. Next one is a curriculum development in the People Republic of China. Introduction. China is the most thickly populated country in the world, and more than 1,008 million people. According to the last census, out of 20 million live in the country and the rest live in the rural areas. China has a tertiary um, about 96 million square kilometer, including remote mountain areas, forest zone, and the post areas. Educational system of the China is shortly after the funding of the people of Republic of China in 1949, it was speculated that the education should be severe economical reconstruction and the school should be accessible to the worker and the peasant. The policy on the education is enable everyone who receive education to develop morally, intellectually, and physically, and become worker with both socialist consciousness and culture. There are the various type of schooling such as full-time school, part-time study or part-time work school or the spare time school. In China, education begin with the preschool education for the children over 3 year. The primary school control children at the age of 7 year. The length of schooling is for most primary school is 5 year, while schooling in the large city is 6 year. Of schooling, general secondary school is divided into the junior stage and the senior stage. The formal lasting 3 year and the latter 2 year or 3 year. Secondary specialized school admit junior secondary school graduate at this stage at least 4 year. Vocational school and the polytechnic enrolled junior graduate after 3 year of course. Undergraduate program in the college and university generally required 4 or 5 year, while medical college is required 6 year. A short circle professional training courses offer 2 or 3 year courses. Postgraduate study may be undertaking two level in leading to the award of master degree. 2 or 3 year program or the doctor degree. Another 2 or 3 year program after the master degree. Adult education provided to the worker, parent and the peasant and the soldier over 15 year of education with priority given to the young and the middle age. What is the curriculum? Education is under the general guidance of the Communist Party and administered by the government at the different level. Teaching program include the curriculum and the number of teaching hours of the primary and the secondary school is formulated and promoted by the Ministry of Education, while the higher education institution, the Ministry of Defense, the guiding the principle of teaching program. Unified standard textbook are prepared by the Ministry of Education for the primary and secondary school, while the supplementary and native teaching material are prepared by province and municipalities and the local school system. For the higher education, the ministry develop unified textbook for the common core course and specialized foundation courses, while the university can comprise some of their own courses. The courses include teaching of Marxist theory and ideology and the moral education, the principle of integrating theory, the practice of emphasizing the every level. Teaching method include lecture, group discussion, lab experiment, field studies. Productive work is integral part of all teaching programs. Activity: discuss your friend with the aim of education in the China. This is the activity. Question. Next one is the curriculum development in the Thailand. Introduction: the Thailand, formerly known as Siam, is a tropical South Eastern Asian country, as one of the few developing country never to have been colonized, and the education system of Thailand is free for of foreign domination, and language of instruction at the level is Thai. Thailand is a stratified occupational and social class structure. A traditionally high social prestige is attached to the government employment. Thus, schooling have been seen a major answer to the society social morality. Educational system and the curriculum, a new 633 structure of education were introduced in 1976. The private sector and the local community are encouraged to set up the kindergarten and early school childhood country to the severe children through the serve children throughout the country. Only 1.7% all the preschool schools center are run by the Ministry of the Education for document demonstration and experimental purpose. Primary school is a free and provide a universal by the government, and responsibility for the development of curriculum is at this stage lie within the Ministry of Education. Primary education has been integrated curriculum comprising four learning areas: basic skill, literacy, numeracy, communication skill, and the ability to relevant future occupational roles. Emphasize is also put on a character development. Secondary curriculum is cover five broad field: language, science, mathematics, social sciences, character development, and the work education. A wide range of exploratory pre-vocational subject is also available. Credit system is used to facilitate the flexibility in teaching and learning process. Educational teaching and educational techniques department with the assistant of cooperating agency is responsible for providing an improvement of learning materials such as lesson plan, textbooks, supplementary reading material, and Teacher guide. Short-term training program are launched to train in-service teacher for efficient implementation of curriculum. Method of teaching are generally suggested in syllabus, and teacher are encouraged to keep abreast with educational changing and teaching methods. Traditionally, Thailand examined the promotion system was highly structured with the major emphasis on the end of year examination to determine to promotion to the next grade with examination at the grade 4, 7, 10, and 12 administration externally by the district, province, and regional and Ministry of Education. Entrance to the grade 11th and join the university examination were highly selective, but curriculum reform brought charge in examination system also. Grade 11 and 12 end of the year examination was abolished in 1975 to 76 and 1976 to 177. New system emphasized internal assessment and reduce the emphasis on the end of year examination. It is primarily school reform have been increased emphasis on day to day accomplishment on a specific behavioral objective. This has been improved the promotion rate and has made the educational system more efficient with the respect to entrance examination to the upper secondary school and university. The traditional achievement tests have been revised and the regional university have been established specific quotas to ensure more even representation of the student from the major regional areas. Highlight activity highlight the functional of educational techniques departments. Next one is curriculum development in Malaysia. Malaysia occupied two distinct geographical area, Peninsula Malaysia and the comprising the Malaya Peninsula to the south of the Isthmus of Kera and East Malaysia, the state of Sabah and the Sarawak, consisting of the north and the western region of the island of Bruno. Both part are separated by the 64-kilometer, 400-mile of the South China Sea. Total land area of Malaysia is about 3,36,700 square kilometer, of which Peninsular Malaysia occupy 1,734,680 square kilometer, and the East Malaysia is consist of 2,20,220 square kilometer. Western influence come with the capture of Malacca by the Portuguese in 1511 and later by the Dutch in 1642. Britain connection with Peninsula Malaysia began with the establishment of trading settlement in the Penguin in 1786 and in Singapore in 1890 and in Malacca in 1824. Britain influence and authority over the North Borneo, Sabah and Sarawak was established almost concurrently with the British expansion in the Malaya Peninsula. In 1955, Malaya achieved a self-government in the gaining independence in 1957 and adopting a system of constitutional monarchy with the popularly elected government. The foundation of Malaysia with Sabah and Sarawak was formed in 1963. The expansion of the tin industry brought a large number of Chinese, and the growth of the rubber industry resulted in influence of Indian immigrants. These events give rise to existent plural society comprising the three major ethnic groups Malaysian, Chinese, and Indian. Population of Malaysia is in 1980 was estimated in 14.3 million, with the yearly increase 2.8%. Agriculture remain main occupation and account for the highest percentage for the labor force. Malaysia is now an elective constitutional minority. The federal government has authority over external affairs, defense, and internal society. Internal security, justice, except Islam and native law, federal citizenship, finance, commerce, industry, communication, and education and other related matters. Educational system and the curriculum. The formal education in the Malaysia is begun at the age of 6 in the primary school and has 6-3-2-2-2 system in the primary, secondary, lower and upper and post secondary education. At a primary level, there are three medium instruction: Basam, Basar, Malaysia, Chinese, Tamil. In all school, there are all level. English is compulsory secondary language. Promotion at the primary school to lower secondary school level is automatic in 1980. 2006 2 lakh 67,048 children attend the primary school. More than 90% of the population cohort between the age of 6 and 11. It is expected that 90% of the cohort was progressed from the standard 6 to primary, from 1 to lower secondary education. All primary school, irrespective to the medium of instruction, use a common syllabus to ensure that all people follow the course who consist reflect the Malaysian outlook. Each school conduct its own evaluation of pupil. Tests are administered regularly, whether weekly, monthly, and term end. In addition to centralized assessment and conduction yearly for all pupil in the standard 5, national assessment is used to determine the level of pupil achievement and remedial activity required before the pupil enter in the secondary school. At the level lower secondary school level, from 1 to 3, pupil undergo automatically promotion through the three level. Thus, a children has a minimum schooling of 9 year. Pupil is in a standard 6 is in a Chinese Tamil medium school have additional year to improve to remove class before proceeding to form 1 and lower secondary school. In a remote classes, the pupil are expected to acquire the proficiency from Basha, Malaysia. The lower secondary level offer a comprehensive type of education in addition to the academic subject. Study of the provincial nature such as industrial art, home science, agriculture science, commercial studies are included. All people are required to take at least one of the provincial subject, and the main aim to being expose them to some practical studies. At the end of form 3, pupils sit for the lower certificate education examination. On the basis of result and the examination, people are selected to proceed to the upper secondary level and are channelized into the various streams such as science, arts, and technical or vocational. At the upper secondary level, from 4 to 6, education consists of academics, art or science, a technical or vocational stream. At the end of second year, people are academics and technical stream set for the Malaysian certified educational or SAGI Malaysian examination in English or Barsa, Malaysia respectively, and pupil in vocational stream set for the Malaysian vocational certificate of education. These examination provide entry qualification for the post in the public and private sector. The tests are utilized the base of selection in the post secondary level from 6 or from the entry to the various courses at the tertiary level. level. At the pre-university level, from the sixth to upper, the education is streamed into the science and art. The pupil are selected on the basis of their performance in the Malaysian Certificate of Education, ASIJAI Malaysian examination. At the end of this secondary year, the students sit for the higher education at the Sajid Tinjai Korean in English or Beresa Malaysian respectively. In the result, there is examination determine the student entrance into the local as well as accredited foreign university and college. It is also qualification for the appointment of a certain job in the in the government and the private sector. All out of the school training program are run independently of the formal school system. However, the curriculum of all program complement to vocational and technical subject offered in the school. The agencies are responsible of our out of school training program, including the Board of National Unity of the Prime Minister Department, Agriculture and Community Development Division, Veterinary and Fishery Department of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Department, the Manpower Department of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, the Ministry of Welfare Services in the Department of Prison of Ministry of Home Affairs, the Department of Information. The program they provide are mainly concerned with the development of technical skill either on the job or in preparation of for employment. Link are maintained with the Ministry of Education through through participation officer and teacher brought in the farm time to time to assist in preparation of curriculum and to conduct a specific portion of the training program. In an factor in an effects to provide the maximum opportunity for the rural population, the Melia and the Rural Development Agency and the Community Development Division and the Ministry of Agriculture have developed the training program graded mainly toward the rural youth. Prior to the January 1973, curriculum development was coordinated by the curriculum sector of the educational planning and the research division of the Ministry of Education. Curriculum development was subject based, consisting mainly of the preparation of subject syllabi, the development of the teacher guide and the teacher training program, and the supervision of the textbook production either by the Hassan Den Pasta, the Language and the Literacy Agency, and the statutory body for the ministry are the author of the private sector. The Curriculum Development Center was established in 1973, was assigned the responsibility to helping and raising the standard of education on the basis of national aspiration. The center play an important role in the development of the national curriculum. It is continuously evaluated the school curriculum, develop curriculum related to the models, and disseminate the curriculum by the reforming primary secondary school teacher through the in-service courses. The cabinet of committee report, the Ministry of Education 1979 recommended two major curriculum innovation within the school system: a review of the primary school curriculum with focus on the basic subject and the general education program for the secondary level. The new primary school curriculum was implemented under the phase program in 1982. 302 primary school began to program in a standard 1, and in 1983 the program was implemented in standard in all school. By the 1988 all primary school are and all grade began to use a curriculum. Discuss a curriculum development agreement in the education system in Malaysia. Next is the curriculum development in the Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia cover most of the western corner of the Arabian Peninsula, which occupy the southern and western corner of the Asia. This peninsula total land is about 3 million square kilometers. Saudi Arabia comprises nearly uh, 22 lakh square kilometer. This country is bounded by the Arabian Persian Gulf, Qatar and the United Arab Emirates to the east, Oman and the Yemen, Arab Republic and the People of Democracy Republic of Yemen to the south, and the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba to the west by the Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait and the north. Historically, this country's harsh environment resulted in the low population density. During 1930, the population was estimated in 1.5 to 2 million people, increasing in oil income, especially during the 1960 to 1970. The subsequent improvement in the income, nutrition, and healthcare have resulted in the reduction of the rate of infant mortality rate, and rise the life expectancy, and the almost elimination of immigrant. Today, the country population is 3 to 5 million, with annual birth rate is 49% per thousand, and the death rate is 19 per thousand, with 45% population is being less than 15 year old. The native population can be expected to be around 6 million in the year 2000. Beside the native population, however, the estimated 1.5 to 2 million foreigners live in the country, consisting more than half of the labor force. Oil industry and development related to the worker and project have been resulted in the rapid urbanization of the peasant and the Nordic population in 1970. Some of